Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Boxing, find a way to win, find a way to lose, and you can find a way to lose your power, which is supposed to be the last thing to go when it comes to fighters, right? If you're a KO artist like Tyson Fury somehow managed to become in the last couple of years, in particular the Wilder fights with Dillian White and Chisora, why didn't it show up against Ngannou? Let me tell y'all something. There's a lot of speculation. Some people are saying Tyson Fury still looked like the monstrous puncher that faced Wilder, that faced Chisora, that faced Dillian White. Other people are saying that the power went somewhere. And what I think personally, I'm being 100% honest. I have no jokes or nothing today. I'm gonna put it to you like this. I think the cup of coffee Tyson Fury had for the Deontay Wilder fights, especially that second and third one, the cup of coffee he had for Chisora, and that cup of coffee he had for Dillian White, I don't think he had that cup of coffee for Francis Ngannou. I think he drank tea, which isn't as strong, but it kind of gets the job done to, liven you up a little bit, but it's not going to give you that surge of energy or that surge of power what Tyson Fury displayed against Wilder, Chisora, and Dillian White. Why? Well, maybe he felt like he didn't have to drive that long of a distance. And then with Wilder, you knew it was going to be a cross-country trip. You knew you had to make sure you had all your energy, you were attentive, your awareness was on point, and he just couldn't afford to develop any kind of fatigue in that fight. So he had a proper cup of coffee. With Derek Chisora, who's, just nonstop, he's a mash-up, crash-up, okay? Same thing. You had to make sure you had, the proper cup of coffee before you set out on your road trip. And Dillian White, definitely, because although Dillian White kind of clumsy in the ring, that man has a big left hook. He can crack. So Tyson had to make sure he had himself a proper cup of coffee make sure he had that surge of energy that he had for Wilder and Chisora. But come with Francis Ngannou, they really didn't expect to be traveling too long. A short trip right around the corner. I wasn't going cross country. No need to sit there, man, load up on a proper cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? Sip a little tea, get out there, get to where you're going and come on back. But it didn't work out that way, did it? Got himself in there and realized, this went from a little short trip to the local grocery store, gas station, to a long distance trip. And I wasn't prepared for this. So he regretted not having his proper cup of coffee. And that's what happened to his power. That's what I think. But let me tell you this. He's going to come back. Because right now you saw him at the end of that fight holding his head and crying. And I'm not going to make any excuses, but his team was out here making excuses. Let me tell you something. When Tyson Fury returns to the ring, you better believe to face Usyk, he's going to have a proper cup of coffee. And he's going to knock Usyk out. Okay? And you can feel what you want. I'm telling you this is what's going to happen. He's going to knock Usyk out. After he knocks out Usyk, he's going to fight AJ or whoever. But he's going to have a proper cup of coffee for that fight. And may knock him out. And then who knows how the way this boxing world works, he may get in there with Deontay Wilder again. Or he's going to get in there with somebody. But from here on out, you will always see Tyson Fury looking like he's going on a cross-country trip. He's traveling long distance. And he's going to have that proper cup of coffee to make sure that he can surge when he wants to surge. He doesn't develop low energy like what happened in there with Ngannou. Because I tell you what, had Tyson Fury had his proper cup of coffee, although Ngannou has a really durable chin and his commitment to finding a way to win in that ring is extremely high, and he put in the work. He put in the sweat equity. So he was prepared. But trust me, no matter how durable he is, how much preparation was worked on, he ain't ready for that cup of coffee that Tyson Fury takes, leading up the fights to make sure he can make that long trip. That being said, we're going to see. We're going to see. Because he out there in Saudi, he is the man. And I can't see Tyson Fury. Tyson, I would say this for another video, but he's almost come like Canelo now. Like, you ain't going to beat Tyson Fury. Especially on the scorecards. So, fighting out there in Saudi. Like, you're just not going to do it. So, my thing to all these other fighters out there, anyone who's going to be fighting him, they better get them a nice, proper cup of coffee to make sure they can surge and get ready for the long-distance trip, too. Because getting in the ring with Tyson Fury, especially after the Ngannou fight, oh, man, this ain't no trip to the grocery store no more. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be in there, and you're going to be up against something that you ain't never experienced, man. He's already a big guy. He's obviously got some strength. He's got reach. He's always had stamina. But trust me, everything is going to be on point going forward. He can't afford another hiccup like that and on such a grand stage. And believe you me, it won't happen again. And I'm willing to bet you Tyson Fury knocks out Usyk. I'm willing to bet money he knocks out Usyk. Usyk may get in there, man, and coochie cool him for a few rounds, but I'm telling you, I truly believe 100% Tyson Fury going to have his cup of coffee and he's going to tranquilize Usyk. You watch. That being said, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.